student studying biological sciences, and I study on the biomolecular stream. At the end of part 2, I took part in a 6-week placement in the summer of 2012 at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. The placement was primarily lab-based. Every day I took part in different activities relating to biochemical and biophysical characterization of different proteins. I took part in a lot of different techniques, including establishing crystallization experiments, site-directed mutagenesis, PCR, affinity chromatography purification of proteins. It was the first time I'd done a lab placement of that type. Although I'd visited the city quite a lot of times before, so I was very familiar with the location, I was quite apprehensive about going to work in the university for the first time, because it was a new research culture, an entirely new environment to me. But the second I got there, I realised that those apprehensions were misfounded, and I was happy to fit in quite away straight away. The work environment in general was very friendly. Everyone who was working within the lab was very forthcoming, very communicative. Quite happy to communicate in English as well, which is obviously not their first language, but it made fitting in very well and quickly made friends with everyone. I take a Mandarin Chinese course as part of the IWLP, as a 20 credit course, a 20 credit module as part of my course, and I learn Cantonese as an extracurricular activity. Everyone who worked in the lab was a native of mainland China, so their first language was Mandarin Chinese, but most of them could speak very good English, and the limited amount of Mandarin that I'd studied before helped to bridge the gap where there were communication. Much of the process of applying for the placement and applying for visas was handled by the ISD organisation, which is the organisation that organised the placement for me. But Hong Kong are quite strict on their visa requirements, and I was strictly limited to the 6-week period of stay. The visas were organised by the Hong Kong office of ISD. As far as applying for the placement and taking part in the actual placement itself, I really wouldn't change anything. It was such a positive experience, and really the only thing I would change is I would have liked to have spent longer at the university, but as I said, because of the visa requirements, it was quite strict as to how long I could actually work there for. Well, I can strongly recommend to anyone to take part in a placement abroad. It adds a lot of added value to a placement within the home country, which you get to develop a lot of extra communication and interpersonal skills, plus to experience the culture of the foreign country, as well as gaining on practical experience. And also the lab that I was working in sponsored my application for the Hong Kong PhD Fellowship, which is a Hong Kong Research Grants Council funded postgraduate scheme, and so it was an incredibly formative experience. Well, hopefully, definitely, if I can secure a position like that, I'm looking forward to taking part in. Well, before I went to the placement, I was quite apprehensive about how my family would feel about me potentially being away for not just the summer, but potentially for 3 to 4 years of studying a PhD. But in the end, they were actually incredibly supportive, and it was quite surprising that they supported me fully in it.